Yep, the bitch is back in Acclaim's video game Alien 3 for the SNES. Okay, the intro is pretty much consistent with the movie. A facehugger makes its way aboard your ship, the cryopods are ejected, and they crash land on the prison colony planet. Hicks is dead, Newt is dead, Bishop is smashed beyond repair, you are the only survivor. Oh, and the company want you, alive. Okay, now that's out the way, on with the game. In Alien 3 you control Ripley through 6 levels of blasting aliens and completing missions. You start off with your trusty flamethrower, rifle and grenade launcher. That were definitely in the movie. Anyway, you receive missions by finding one of these terminals. Ripley gives you your objectives and you make use of the computerized blueprints to find where you need to go. Which was also in the movie Alien 3. Right. Your objectives will consist of either a prisoner rescue, junction box repair, fuse box repair, pipe fix, door sealing. Yep, Ripley's flight officer training really does come in handy here. Other objectives include battery hunting, egg frying, and queen alien hunting. Hold on. Welding doors, hunting queen aliens, egg frying, using a blueprint to map your way around? This isn't Alien 3, this is Aliens, in all but name and setting. I don't know what actually happened, but I'm just going to make a wild supposition here. Acclaim, who released the game, realised there was a new Alien movie coming out and thought, great, a new Alien movie, let's make an awesome action game from it. But then they actually saw the movie and thought, no weapons, not many aliens, what the hell are we going to do? And eventually decided, to hell with continuity, we want action, weapons and aliens. And boy howdy, there sure are a lot of aliens here. Really, a whole lot. One thing you'll find out about these missions is that they're very linear. They don't really make any difference to the game or the environment. You soon get used to the fact that these are standard mission objectives with no real consequence for failure, except for death, and death is the only way you can possibly fail in a mission. So the basic idea is, stay alive. Oh, and you'll probably be dying a whole lot, especially in later levels. When you do die, you see this game over screen.
Game over, man!
Sound familiar? Yep, that's from the Aliens movie as well. After death, you can return to start the level again, provided you got an easy to remember password from the end of the previous level. So basically, you have to complete a whole level without dying. From level 4 onwards, that's a bit of a mission. From this point, the alien count really starts to pick up. Not only that, the aliens get tougher and more agile. You'll see all of the different type of aliens represented in this game. From regular aliens, to facehuggers, to chestbursters, to queen aliens, you'll see the entire family at this party. For me, the single most annoying aliens are the facehuggers, especially the ones that jump. Not too bad in 1s or 2s, but run into a crowd of them and if you don't shoot them all in time, they'll be onto you like a rash and just won't leave off. You'll be furiously waggling the joypad trying to shake them off your head. Get off you little bugger, sod off! So anyway, back to the missions. Yeah, pretty linear. Let's see here. Depths of Despair. Ooh, such a grand title for such a bland mission. Okay, what does it say here? Pressure down in Bugwash 8, pipes have burst, get down and repair them. Alright, let's do this thing. So, through these ducts, up the ladder, and here's Bugwash 8. Let's find these pipes. There's one. Okay, now on to the next one. Hold on, who the hell is this guy? He's not in my mission briefing, and amazingly enough, he's not in any of the mission briefings. And you get no rewards for rescuing him. The only singular reason you'd want to rescue him is just moral obligation. But screw that, look at all those facehuggers spawning eggs that are down there. No, I'll pass on that one, thanks. If all the missions are complete, you get your mission complete time, your password, and it's off to the next level. Okay, onto the difficulty. This game is hard, real hard, especially later on. This isn't Contra, you don't have unlimited ammo, though Contra kind of makes up for it by being like super mega hard. But in this game you have to conserve ammo. Sometimes you barely have time to see aliens coming at you off screen. Other times you're repairing stuff when you get ambushed by those goddamn facehuggers. Aliens respawn constantly, you only get ammo and health respawns at the end of missions. You do get help later on with green then blue coloured flamethrowers, which deal more damage than a normal red flamethrower. But if you accidentally land on a less powerful flamethrower, you automatically downgrade. Oh, bloody hell. Now onto graphics. This is actually one of the high points of the game. The backgrounds really add a sense of tension to the game. They're very atmospheric. In the furnace area you really get a sense of being in a boiling smelting plant. The cell blocks are well detailed, as are the assembly halls. The bugwash areas look creepy and the alien corridors even more so. However, all the alien foreground lying everywhere gets right in the way. You can't see anything. You can risk jumping to avoid things on the ground, but there's just as good a chance as any that the jumping facehuggers will get you. You're then forced to waste ammo making sure the area is clear, something you can't really afford to do. Ripley's animations are decent and serve the purpose. The music in Alien 3 helps keep the action moving. It's typical fast-paced action horror stuff that again serves its purpose. The sound effects are decent, the aliens sound like aliens, the gunfire all sounds convincing, though probably due to laziness of programming, if there's too much going on screen, the sound effects or parts of the music will cut out, which is pretty lame really. All in all, Alien 3 is not a terrible game. It plays a satisfying blast 'em up, but with the higher difficulty later on, and the simplistic and mundane missions, you need to have the patience and the need for a challenge to get through the game. And if you do make it to the end, you get to see Ripley driving the Queen Alien into the hot lead works. Ripley then says, "Job done, time to make the final sacrifice." Just before I end this review, I wanted to give my thoughts on Alien 3, the movie. Compared to the previous two movies, Alien 3 has been given fairly poor reviews. The first Alien film centered around an unarmed crew fighting against this unknown alien menace. It was scary, it was tense, it was obviously well put together and well acted, and is pretty much the benchmark for sci-fi horror films today. Alien 3 was seen as a return to this theme, one alien against an unarmed gang of criminals. In direct comparison to Alien in this respect, Alien 3 falls flat on its face. It's nowhere near as scary. The producers admitted they had problems putting this film together, and unfortunately it does show. However, the way I see Alien 3 is as the tragedy to the second film, Aliens, heroic epic. In Aliens, the characters you really want surviving do survive, and they seem to live happily ever after. In Alien 3, this whole concept is turned on its head. Right at the beginning, we find out that only Ripley survives the crash. After a short while, Ripley becomes chummy with Dr. Clements, played by Charles Dance. But again, just as Ripley and Clements are looking to develop a real trust or bond, tragedy strikes. Clements is taken out. Unfortunately for me, Clements was the most interesting character, and after he died, things got a little less interesting. Sure, there's more tragedy to come. Ripley finds out she has an alien inside of her, and eventually must sacrifice herself. Which is nicely done, it's a touching moment and should have been the end of the Alien saga. But after Clement's death, the film does lose its way a little bit. Brian Glover also puts in a decent performance as Superintendent Andrews. Alien 3 has its touching moments, and as a tragedy it works. It's just a pity it loses its direction about halfway through. This is Goomba, last surviving member of the Nostromo, signing off.